No be lie. Truth must be told. If you like hear, if now you no hear, no concern me. But what I must tell you is the reality. Simon don't break record. This is part two of what I posted yesterday concerning his appeal court. Simon made it clear to the Finland government and the entire world to understand that he's a freedom fighter. And he said he is not the first or the last of freedom fighter, that he is ready to go or to serve any jail sentence and go home with his people. That I am not the first freedom fighter. So this is what Simon said here in detail, and make sure you share this video, my brother. If you love Simon and freedom, share this video and comment. Thank you.
Simon Ekpa Wanjoko, the USB Prime Minister, don't break record. In fact, he don't make Biafrans proud. If you are still doubting the love of Simon Ekpa towards the Igbo, towards the Biafran people, then you need to watch this clip from beginning to the end. You have seen most of the clip. I just play it before you understand, because he don't tell the whole world, though, including those ones who are happy that he have been convicted 6 years. He said if it is left for him alone, he won't even went for appeal. He is ready to serve 6 good years, coming out to be going home with his families. It still boils down to what this young man says when the heat is on. When he was about to declare Biafra, he made it clear to everybody that after the declaration that we are going to see fight war to get recognition, as if he knows even the war will start before the D-Day of a declaration. So he made that prophecy or predictions that look at what is going to happen, and things begin to happen the same way he said it. Just like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu also made some comments regarding his abduction, and it later happened. You see, we keep on producing men of intellect. We keep on producing brains. We keep on producing prophets who sees tomorrow. On the likes of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the likes of Ojukwu, and the likes of Simon Ekpa. Don't forget the word Ojukwu used against Gowon when he was killing the Igbos. Ojukwu made it clear to him that you will be alive and see your own people being massacred and you will not do anything. Haven't that come to pass? They are being massacring them in number. In fact, as it stands now, Gowon don't even, his village have been taken over by Fulanis, his own home, that's supposed to have all manner of security. It has been taken over by bandits and terrorists. The wars of Ojukwu, it later come to pass many years down the line. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's own never even waste time. Under the space of a decade, which is 10 years or 12 years, everything he said, all of them have manifested. Simon Ekpa said it that there will be a very big war after the declaration, as if he knows. And he chooses his successor wisely before the D-Day. And he don't even know that the war which he have already pronounced or prophesied that is going to start after the declaration of Biafra in Latin Finland is going to start 1 week before that D-Day. And that is what we are facing today. Rumors have been everywhere, flying left, right, and center about Gentle Yahoo being arrested. And I have visited the military, so the headquarters of Nigerian military on X, for me to confirm the news. But I didn't see any video, I didn't see any pictures. But their mainstream media, including TVC, have been celebrating that Gentle Yahoo have been abducted. The same people who close their mouth and look the other way when bandits that have been declared wanted, even to the extent of placing a bounty of 10 million naira each on their head, surfaces with military camouflage. They equip themselves even down to their sukrutum. All the whole radio station, the TV station, everybody look the other way around. When Nnamdi Kanu or Simon Ekpa call Nigeria a zoo, it seems like they don't know what they are saying. When a Canada court called Nigeria a terrorist organization. Nobody understands what they are saying. But now it is beginning, I mean, it is obvious that everything they keep saying is the way it is. Let me not waste much of your time. Let me allow you to see every clip concerning that video you just finished to watch halfway. Just complete the watching, and then we'll come back here for more discussion. Or maybe we're not going to come back here for more discussion. In fact, just watch it completely. And as you're watching, please kindly share, like, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos coming your way. As you watch, make sure that your next door neighbor watched as well. I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talko. Now here, I go take my break. Until I come your way again. Bye for now, my people, as you continue watching the remainder of the video. Kemesiano, my people.
If we take time to look into this case extensively and give a verdict that favors you, you'll be very happy. Simon said, not a verdict that will favor me, a verdict that will be right, a verdict that can be verified by any sources, a verdict that will look into all of the evidence and material within this conversation. They said, okay, so in a nutshell, you want this case to be extensive and cover every prospect. Simon said, yes. Okay. They're going to say, very good. What about you, Carl Gumeres? How do you want this case to run? Carl talks, say, we've had this conversation already last week, and I told you that we want this case to be exclusive. Just like within my clients don't talk. We want it to be exclusive, meaning say, we want to make it very comprehensive in nature. We want you guys to look into every details. If we carry documents come, we want you guys to look into every letter in that document. No mistake, no errors, no bias, and nothing. We want it to be very straight to the point and very accurate. They said, okay. I asked Simon, is there anything you would want us to check specifically while doing our trial? Is there anybody you would want us to look into specifically? Is there anything you want us to go and check out specifically during or before this trial? Yes. Simon said, yes. There are a couple of things I would want you guys to look into. And those things could be very, very important and paramount to this case. Okay. They said, okay. Simon said, nice. I would want you guys to look into my financial statements exclusively. Yes. I will give you guys the full authority and the full right to look into my financial statements, because they claim, say, I've been use money, I've been sponsor some levels for the Southeast, one on call the name. And that is me speaking now on behalf of Simon as a narrator. Hope you guys are paying attention. So there are some things they said I bought which I did not. I would want you guys to look into my financial statement and see money will go outside and money will come inside. Money will go outside. I will still want you guys to do your research and investigations on the recipient of this money and how they disburse their cash from their own endpoints. That one I want you guys to do. I will give you the full permission to do so from my own financial records. And those money where I send out, if you guys allow me, I can call those recipients of those cash, inform them on what that's okay. This court want look into how I take spend on our money, or make una just stay very aware. That one I want. Simon Contact say, I will also need you guys to look into my transactions, if any, in the dark web. Dark web be like the darkest parts of the internet. So you be saying anything when you find, it did there. If you find hired tire, person if you buy person on hire, it did. If they find person if you shank person with knife, it did. Anything we look for dark web. If one buy metal for basketballs, I don't want to call the name. If you want to buy metal, hope you guys are paying attention. It did for dark web. If you want to buy bullets for your metal, it did here. If you want to buy explosives, it did here. It did dark web. Now we see that one part will be say I need you guys to fully understand. So they're saying that in the Pajama District Court, they said Simon bought metals. You understand what I'm saying? From the dark web. So Simon now they talk say, I want you guys to check all my records, if ever, on the dark web, and tell me and let me know if I really got those things from there. That one number 2. They said the third one be say, I will give you guys full access to my Twitter page, that is X page, and I want you guys to look at it as is what I did. Anything I say be classified as a political commentary? If yes, then that is very good. Because they said I incited different levels in the Southeast using my social media platforms. And I tell them, say, I'm a political analyst and political activist and human rights activist. And some things where I talk there are colloquial in nature. Hope you guys are paying attention. So Simon is saying some words when you use for his Twitter page are some words where we say, it is very colloquial. You know, mean what it look like from the standpoint. So I'll give you guys the full access and full permission to go into it and go through every single thing. I'll also give you, if you need back-end analysis and analytics of my dealings, I will also present them. I'm very open now to work with you guys and make sure say every stone will be unturned. Every stone will be turned, you know. They say okay, that is sharp, that is nice, and it's something that will really help this case in a long form. I gotta ask Kalgumeros, what, in your own standpoint, what do you want us to look at in this case, as it's going to commence very soon? Kalgumeros, what do you want us to check, or is there anything you would want us to look at in this court session when it starts fully? Kalgumeros talks, say, yes, there's one thing I would want you guys to do, and it's very straight to the point. I would want us to have a conversation, that is you, the judges, I myself, and the prosecuting lawyer. I have hundreds of questions to ask him, and I want us to do it in a recorded form. That is to say, whatever we say or in the conversations that will be had will be documented 100% and should be used as a fact or evidence in the court of law. I said, okay, that one day very easy to do. But why do you want us to have a session with the prosecuting lawyer? Kalgumeres Stock say, yes, so I would want us to have a session because this prosecuting lawyer now, you get plenty things where you supposed to see, where you no see. You get plenty evidence where you supposed don't look into, where you no look into. And you get plenty things where you talk, which I will need him to say it again. I have questions to ask him, and I have other things to address. He said, okay, when do you want these conversations to be held? He said, I want this to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. I want this conversation to happen tomorrow. Can you guys make it happen? Can you guys send a message to the prosecuting lawyer? They said, yes, that can be done right now. They said, I beg, make una do am. Now, the individuals there sent out an email to the prosecuting lawyer. Say, okay, tomorrow, make yourself available because we want to have a conversation with you, and anything you talk will be used as an evidence in the court of law. That was sent to him. He don't receive the message, and so the court asked Kalgumeres, say, come on. So why do you want to meet with the prosecuting lawyer? Can you give us some reasons, some head starts, and some basic info, just basic fundamentals info? Kalgumeres say, well, I go want me that conversation happen tomorrow, not now, because I myself need to fully prepare strong questions for him. But as soon as I don't ask, you want to hear the basics, but okay, the basic here will be to authenticate all of his claims, but make him give us how he take analyze evidence we come from Nigeria and how he take perceive them. Did he perceive them to be 100% accurate? Because one of his witness talks, as he traveled to Nigeria to cover some events, the government there tell him waiting he go fit talk and waiting no fit talk. So I want to know if the prosecuting lawyer was aware of all of these things, and some other questions still then. They said, okay, this is very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting conversation tomorrow, which will be a game changer. They can say, okay, to make it very interesting and very comprehensive in nature, before we wrap things off, what do you think of your 6 years sentencing? Simon said, what do you mean? Like, are you asking me how I perceive it, or if it's a rightful thing to do, or if it's wrong? I want you to give me, direct me to where you want me to answer the questions from. They said, no, just tell us anything you feel like. If from any standpoint, do you think your 6 years is fair? Simon said, okay, since you want me to respond to this question from any standpoint, I would want my lawyer to respond to that, because is also a different standpoint. They said, no, no, no. This is not all about your lawyer. This is about you also. We are giving you an opportunity to speak. But he said, but you guys claim that whatever we say here can be used against us or used for us in the court of law. They said, yes, 100%. So Simon said, okay, that is very clear. So the 6 years we will give me now, but from waiting me I know as a person, an individual, let's leave technology aside. Let's leave words and its meanings aside. But me being a person, being a human, an individual, yeah, I know I be politician for our country. I know say I did for a military reserve. Let's leave all those things aside. I know you guys see me as a political activist and a human rights activist, a lawyer, a father. Leave it aside. Whatever I say now should be taken in the context of me being a human only, and nothing else. They said, okay, your point is very, very clear. Simon talks, okay, from a human point of view, I had no intention, okay? I had zero connection. I had no hand in anything that has to do with inciting violence in the Southeast. As a human, I did not wake up any day and say, okay, I want to make people feel a particular kind of way. I did not wake up to want to push people to do what they don't want to do. I did not wake up to ever push any particular propaganda or message. Whatever I said as a human was done to alleviate my people from the sufferings and challenges that they face for the Southeast. But they said sometimes, you know, that if you want to rescue people, it comes with consequences. Hope you're aware. Simon said yes, and I'm very much aware. And as you can clearly see, I'm paying some of its consequences. Me being here is a consequence, you know. So I was fully aware that, okay, this particular kind of situations can arise. Me as a human, I got myself ready, and I was willing to face it because of I wanted redemption. I wanted to alleviate my people and their livelihood. They said, okay, what about your 6 years? What do you think of it? He said, these 6 years, if it's something that I have to serve to alleviate my people, I have no other choice, no other reason. Other freedom fighters in the world has done it. I will not be the first. I'm not the last. People will also be sentenced because they spoke or speak for the truth. They said, okay, so the 6 years, how do you perceive it? The 6 years,